All right, I'm just gonna jump on here, check my audio, all that's good. All right, so I just started my computer up. I was trying to do some things, and my trackpad has died. I tried to save some money. You know what I'm actually gonna do is unplug this right now and turn it off. So the clicker is just, there must be a spring in here. It is just dead. There's nothing working, and it barely functions anyway. So I was trying to save some money when I got the new computer and not order a new one because I was like, I've got these here, and there's two USB plugs in the back of this new computer, regular USB, because that's what this is. However, it's not working. Damn it. So I just had to order some new ones. In the meantime, this laptop can fortunately do some fancy Bluetooth sharing of the trackpad on and keyboard on this thing. I was doing that right after I moved with the old computer, so I've got it here. It just kind of like pairs up. So I use that feature a lot to airdrop things onto my desktop here, but I'm going to just have to use the trackpad today. So it periodically, like if I don't use it for a bit, it tries to jump back to the laptop. So might be kind of like having a little trouble, but it's Tuesdays when they said, all right, so just muscle memory is going to try and force my hands down to the other keyboard. So I'm going to try to remember to not do that. All right. I was making some stuff up on the laptop prior to coming out here. I got something in 6/8 time and no drums yet. Actually, I'm going to make a temporary drum part just to have something to work with. You know what I'll do is this. When's the end of the chorus? Right there. Okay. It's not giving me a little plus button to make a new. Not that top drum guy, because I don't like the beats that come out of that setting. There's like different drummers per se in this, and I can move them around. All right, so I'll worry about that later. Probably never. But all right, I'll just get this set. No ghost notes. Auto. No fills. I want this like as a bland, boring part. Okay, that'll go there. And then this, change the cymbals. Okay. Let's see if this works. That's not bad. You know what I can actually do, since I've got some MIDI stuff. Whoa, what did it just do? Not now. It's trying to ask me about dictation or some kind of thing for the computer. I don't think that popped up on the stream, but it was there. Main rhythm guitar and instrument 2. Follow that. Let's see. This usually follows the hits if you do that with the kick and the snare. It's kind of convenient for like making a part that fits. So I'll do this, turn it to MIDI, and then write in what I actually want. All right, good enough. So let's see. I almost went down to the wrong keyboard. Copy. It's gonna be a thing this whole session in the next 2 days. Then I'll get the other one and be used to doing this all the time. So it'll mess me up further. That's how it goes. All right, so that string part I put in there, I kind of want like an ambient thing. So it's following the guitar. This is really bland. So let me sort this out. And then I think I'm just going to jump in and start layering vocals on this. And then I'll come back to doing more guitars and bass and actual drums instead of that quick made part. Ooh. Okay, yeah, it's just violins right now. So do this auto voice split. That way it'll go between all the instruments, bass, cello, violin. What's on there? Viola. I don't know. A bunch of those things. So this can be in the background of the guitars. It just kind of fills it out. Unless, I don't know. I might not actually like this realistic string thing going on. Maybe I'll go into Alchemy because this has a bunch of synth stuff. I didn't download everything yet, did I? Huh. Will it let me? I don't know how to do it. Huh. Some of the instruments, it's like you don't have this yet. So I don't actually know. Here. All right, I've probably actually got plenty. What do I got? Spell string pad. Let's see what that sounds like. Sorry, I'm soloed. I gotta turn both on. That's nice. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm gonna carve off some low end so it doesn't interfere with the guitars and the vocals later, or anything else for that matter. I want this pretty low. Yeah, you can just kind of hear it when the guitar is mute. All right, so this is a pretty sparse mix so far, but it's enough to work with. So, yeah. At least I've got like a backup. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep using the laptop in front of me. It's connecting and it's working, so I can use the trackpad on this. That's actually a really cool feature, honestly. All right, so I suppose I'm gonna. I got an idea. I am gonna see. Can I drag this? Oh, I can't drag it over. Damn it. Never mind. I was gonna see if I could drag the lyrics onto this. I think I'd have to open up the app on. It's not like they're one computer. It just lets me use this thing with Bluetooth. All right. I need to have lyrics to work with here. So I'm going to type and I just blank out and type whatever. So I think I'll do that. Okay, I got a couple little lines here. I don't know. what I want to do for the vocals. So let's see. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to like not try to go to the old keyboard and mouse or trackpad. Like I said, I'm gonna get used to this, and then I'm gonna get the new ones in, and then I'm gonna be like screwing it up. Is this thing doing this thing where it's not showing me the chat? It's doing it. Damn it. You know what? I'm gonna open up a window. I think I'll do it on the laptop. That way I can see. Streamlabs is like, I either have a Twitch chat or a multi-stream chat, and like I see some people talking on the screen, but I don't see anyone. What the heck? Okay. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna open up my own live stream here. I've got to turn the volume down or it's gonna be echoey and weird. All right. Hey, there we go. Now I've got some people in the chat. It's just literally not showing me on the streaming software. That's bullcrap. All right. Well, anyway. Okay. Someone saying the music is fire. I appreciate the compliment. It's not much yet, though. All right. So let's see. Yeah, it's going to be an odd part to put vocals down, too. All right. I need a couple more lines here. All right, taped out a couple more lyrics. I'm gonna have to go back. So, okay. See, a couple more people are on here. Yeah, I have a broken trackpad and I'm trying to use this laptop in conjunction with my desktop because with Bluetooth, I can use the thing on here, but it's kind of annoying to go back and forth. All right. I think if I go with a certain flow here, I've got enough lyrics for the verse. I'll go with slower speed here. This is mostly happening in my brain right now, and I'm not actually doing stuff. I've got to warm up. Okay, so 1, 2 little lines there. All right, then I have a key change. So this is E major, and it goes to E minor, basically. It's G major, but it's like parallel major minor stuff. Okay. I need a couple more lines, and then I should be good to go for lyrics. Sure. I kind of do have a general theme here, but it's not even worth explaining a lot of times. Okay, so like I said, these drums are just timekeeping right now. I'm going to play a part later, but I kind of like that halftime thing. Maybe I'll keep that. I say that, but I don't know what I'll actually do when I sit down at the kit. All right, I need to make a bunch of weird noises, so don't think I've gone insane. I'm just gonna need to warm my voice up, and it helps me like come up with stuff too. It's gonna be a weird part to put vocals over. Let me jump to the pre-chorus. It's taken too fast. That's gonna be something simple like that. I'm also just singing in falsetto. Until I warm up, it's like a gradual increase. The ground gets taken by you. All right. Rough ideas are formulating. The ground gets. All right, I'm trying to activate so my mixed voice fry thing works. It sounds like absolute trash until that happens, but. The ground gets taken. But you need to man, work voice. The ground gets taken. But you need to fast. All right, let's see here. All right, you know what? I'm gonna start winging it and just going for it. So let's see what happens. I got some lyrics. I'm gonna try and improvise a verse. I'm not 100% warmed up, but I'm gonna sing this a little lower, so it's not gonna sound so bad like the other parts. I'm not worried about hitting pitches or doing anything in key when I'm doing that. I'm just like trying to get my voice to go. All right, you know what? Here goes nothing. Hidden in plain sight, on covers. How can anyone say? I don't know if I like to feel that. Let me see. Hidden in plain sight, on covers. How can anyone say? Yeah, that might work, depending on what I do around it. Hidden in plain sight, hidden covers. How can anyone say? Hypocrites like to argue, cover their own mistakes. All right, I'm warming up a little. I'm still off pitch slightly, but I'm gonna do something like that. Yeah, okay. So I think this will work. Gotta get in key though. Hidden in plain sight. I don't want to do that. This is trial and error, so hang on. Hidden in plain. Damn it, flat. Come on. Hidden in plain sight. And who I got fast. How can anyone say hypocrites like to cover our own mistakes? I'm bonded, telling you insane
It's not by the willpower you exert, no matter the strain.
All right, I kind of sang through the pre-chorus. I might have to change the flow up. I don't know. I don't think I like this. I am warming up though, so it's accomplishing that. One more try. I'm gonna try and do a little different flow here.
Hidden in plain sight, and no one goes. How can anyone say these hypocrites like to argue and cover their own mistakes? How can you go on? How can you stay? Break from the bondage, harder you and chains, not my own willpower. Nothing, no matter how you strain.
Getting better. I'm still reaching for the old mouse pad that's not there. Damn it. Where's my mouse? Come back. All right, getting better.
Hidden in place. Hidden in plain sight. I'll go all or nothing to cover their own mistakes. How can you stay back from the bondage, holding you in chains? Not by willpower, no matter how you strain. The craft gets taken and you're not over.
All right, I just went through, so let's see.
Hidden in plain sight, and who uncovers? How can anyone say? Hypocrites like to walk you all or nothing to cover their own mistakes. How can you stay back from the bondage, holding you in chains? Not by willpower.
All right, it's not totally in key, but it's close. It's getting there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump to the next verse right here. I'm going to do that again. If I come up with something better, I'll keep that instead. But I'm just going to retain the other one until I know whether or not I can do anything to improve on that.
Hidden play.
Wait a minute.
Hidden place. Hidden plain sight. Cause how can anyone say these hypocrites like to argue to cover their own mistakes?
Nah, it's not really any better. Okay, the key's off here when I get to the pre-chorus.
James,
Because I was like guessing what I want it to go to. All right, I'm gonna redo it.
hidden in plain sight, and who uncovers? How can anyone say hypocrites lie to?
I'm trying different things because I'm like not sold on it yet.
Hidden in plain.
Son of a, come on with something good, dude.
Hidden in plain sight. Cause how can anyone say hypocrites like to argue to cover their own mistakes? And how can you go on? How can you stay back from the body? Holding you in chains and number well better. No.
Okay, I like that little like airy thing I was doing instead of going up higher. Okay.
Hidden in plain sight. Hidden in plain sight.
Damn it, I'm flat. Sing that note. Ah.
Hidden in sight. How can anyone?
No, I don't like that either. All right, like I said earlier, trial and error here. I'm just doing different things until I like something, and so far I'm like, meh.
Hidden in plain sight.
Why do I keep doing that note? It's wrong. Ah, get out of my brain.
Hidden in plain sight. who uncovers? How can anyone say? Hypocrites like to argue to cover their own mistakes. So how can you go on? Taints not but well, but no matter how much the strain.
All right, you know what? I might just keep it even though I was all pitch and just shift it in. I can't come up with anything on this dumb verse.
Hidden in plain sight.
I went for a different note there, so I just...
That's
a little off, but I like the tone.
Hypocrites like to argue to cover their own mistakes. So how can you?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can do so much better. I keep just second guessing when I'm going because I'm like, no.
Hidden in plain sight and covers. How can anyone say they hypocrites like to?
Yeah, try this different thing there. I can't come up with anything today.
Hidden in plain sight and no one covers.
Staggering, it sucks. It's just because his guitar part is a pain to come up with stuff over because it's so jagged as far as like rhythm.
Hidden in plain.
I got an idea. I'm just gonna strum the chords. See if I can come up with something over this. So I'm doing like, what is it, G sharp. Yeah, and then I go to just a D sharp with E in the bass. Wait, how long do I hold that for? Okay, roughly got it.
Hidden plain sight and hidden plain sight. Oh, kind of sad thing. How can anyone say this hypocrite like to? I could cover their own mistakes. Oh, how can you?
Okay, maybe something like that. I'll pretend I hear the guitar in my head.
Hidden plain sight and no one covers. How can anyone say hypocrites like?
Yeah, okay. I don't like that line. Maybe I'll change it. All right, here I go. I'm just gonna hit record.
Hidden in plain sight and no one covers. How can anyone say? Yeah, the hypocrite you go for.
Yeah, I like the flow of this better. Okay,
Hidden in plain sight.
that'll work. Okay, now I gotta sort it out in my head. Okay, I'm glad I grabbed the guitar. I needed a different point of reference here.
One say he's so these hypocrites will argue to cover their own mistakes. Say, how can you go on and how can you stay just?
Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out the timing.
Hidden in plain sight and who covers? How can anyone say the hypocrites argue just to cover their own mistakes? Well, how can you go on? How can you stay? Break from the bottom is holding you in chains.
Okay, closer. The lyrics kind of suck at that part. I'm sort of adding words and subtracting to make it flow better, so maybe they won't be so bad then.
Hidden in plain sight and who uncovers? How can anyone say? Well, the hypocrites will always argue just to cover their own mistakes. So how can you go on? How can you stay?
I'm just gonna end it right there. I think that's good.
Hidden in plain sight, and who uncovers? How can
Hey, it's actually in key now.
say? Well, the hypocrites will always argue, just to cover their own mistakes. So how can you?
Okay, cool. Cutting it right there. That's the verse plus a track. I got to jump back to my other computer because broken trackpad is.
How can you stay? Craft gets taken. So just
Okay, I'll do something like around there.
stay. The craft gets taken, but you need
Nah, a little better tone would be hopeful.
the craft gets taken, but you need to fast.
End it right there. Okay, I don't know if that was in pitch, but I got that like fry thing going, so sounds like I'm yelling.
The craft gets taken.
A little off. All right, maybe one more. I'm just trying to get it to go. I'm not totally warmed up, unbelievably, because I've been singing for a bit.
The craft gets taken.
It's not wanting to activate. Ugh, come on, voice. Work with me today.
The craft gets taken, but you need to fast.
All right, maybe this one I will pitch shift because I got it.
The craft gets taken.
That's off. Damn it.
The craft gets taken, but you need to fast.
Possibly, okay?
The craft gets taken, but you need to fast.
All right. What's happening here? Am I frozen? No, I'm on. Okay. I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's working. All right. Glitchy stuff, dude. All right. Well, I think that's close enough. I'll kind of like pitch correct that. I want to get as close as possible, though. I don't want to have to rely on that.
The craft gets taken.
Can't say that falsetto part is totally on, but it's pretty close. I'll let it go. Okay. So now I need a chorus. This is a key change, which is going to make me miss notes immediately. We'll see. Might not. All right, so chorus.
Say what you try so hard, but not tell me that stop you, 'cause the price is paid after you take it.
All right.
How did he help it?
Key changes. I hate them. I keep doing it, and I hate it when I do the vocals.
Ooh, out in the open, no one could say what you try so hard to hide, but don't let that stop you. The best is paid every take. Out my $5,000.
Too many words. All right, I'll just modify it as I go. I'll ignore my own lyric sheet.
Ooh.
I'm not sure about the melody either. All right, what I do, it was G, B, E, A. Okay, that's a repeat. G, B, E, A. Just need a refresher there because I suck at remembering chords. I'm gonna try this again. How fast do they change? Let's see. It's yeah, this helps me, like, I gotta do this more often. This helps me, like, just have a different frame of reference from just listening to the thing I recorded. Out in the so why would I? But I'll stop you. Okay. Let me see here. Out in the open, I want to say what you tried, so why would I hide? Don't let that stop you. Oh, that's it. Okay, it's shorter than I thought. All right, maybe I can hit this now. I got an idea. Out in the open, everyone can say he was you. Little off. I'm trying to do that Fry thing, and I'm like missing the pitch when I do that. Out in the open, everyone. Brain, remember things. Out in the open, everyone can say he was you. Try so hard to hide, but don't let that ever stop you. All right, I changed it, but I don't mind that change. A little off pitch here and there. Again. Out in the open. Damn it, hit the pitches. Out in the open, everyone. It's not a matter of I can't hit the pitch, it's a matter of my brain is like, is that it? Is that it? And then I miss it. Out in the open, everyone could say you are. No. Sure. Out in the open. A little off yet. Everyone could say you are. Just stop you. All right, one more shot. I'm close. Actually, I'm going to keep that one. I'm just going to jump to the next chorus in case I can't get it better than that. At least I have that one. It's close. I can nudge the pitches in place there, and it should sound okay. Out in the open. No. Out in the open. Could say when you try. I don't even remember what I did. That's what happens. I'm improvising this. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Out in the open. That's close. You know what? That's fine. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna lift chorus. I'm not going to have one going through here, but I'm just pasting that so the chorus lines up without me having to find the measure. Okay, there we go. So those are done. I'm going to slightly pitch correct them. I'm more worried about getting the like tone in there than the pitch sometimes, because like if I was worried about the pitch, I'd just be doing punch in, but instead I'll just nudge that as long as I get like some of the vocal effects I'm doing and I'm close. I don't want to pitch shift a lot. I'm just talking like, here's the pitch, and I'm like, or a little bit above or below. Out in the open, hidden in plain sight, and who uncovers? Yeah, all right. That was hard to sing to. It's so sparse. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna layer this with a bunch more stuff. So yeah, but I've got the vocals down. I want to do them early because like I got to warm up. So I suck before I warm up, and then there's a point where I get really warmed up and I can do all the like fry screamy stuff I want to do. But then if I keep talking, I can't do that anymore because my voice gets all like wrecked. Okay, I'm gonna save this quick. What's the date? That, and go to desktop. Save. Yeah. So those vocals sound kind of blah. I'm going to put some stuff on there and they're going to sound a lot nicer. I just kind of know what I'm going for, but if you're watching, you're like, what the hell was that? It'll sound better. Speaking of sounding better, I need some wires on this. I think I'm actually going to put the acoustic guitar on there. Oh, yeah. So let me get it in tune. I've got to figure out precisely how I want this to sit around the other stuff I wrote in, but the chord changes aren't that complex. There's just a lot of arpeggiation going on. All right, so let's see. That's the first chord. I gotta make a track for the acoustic guitar. Plus input 1 for this. Acoustic, good enough for now. Close this a little bit. I don't want it to fully close. I'm just gonna put something in there to keep the lid open enough. All right, so I'm just gonna try and track this thing. I'm trying to reach for my old trackpad. It's not there yet again. All right, so let's see. Let me look at this. I want to see precisely where I changed the chord. It's wait, didn't I have a B chord in there? Oh, D sharp. That's right. I forgot about that part. That's what it is. All right, so it's technically, but I don't think that sounds good over it, so I'm not actually going to do that. Come back, mouse. Okay. So yeah, that's that. Then for this part, I did. Then the key change. All right, I'm gonna do a fancy thing here, if it works, that is. Thinks I'm in C major up here because I never changed it, but let's see if it gets it. Oh, I got it. All right, these chords are probably wrong, but I don't care. Just want a reminder, G sharp, A, B. Yeah, I got it. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do is apply these to the chord track. That way I got a little marker up there. Okay, that'll just help me because I suck at remembering sequences of chords in order. I always mix it up. All right. I originally put this chord change for the verse together, so that'll be fine. But then once I get past that, I just kind of made up the... So it's super dead easy, but it's just that my memory lasts about 5 seconds. So I got to turn this off quick, and then I'm going to track the acoustic. All right, so that gives me a little bit of a acoustic strum on top of that, which is going to exponentially help the really weird stuff going on in the other guitars I just recorded previously. All right, so I'm gonna duplicate that track. What do I do? You know what? Let me make this minus 30. This one is plus 30. That way they're nice and balanced. Okay, so I think over this one, I'm gonna do some higher octaves. You know what? I'm just going to hit record and make it up. All right, here I go again. changes are actually a little bit wrong up here, but they're close enough that I remembered what it was. Like if I'm like, oh, that G, and then there's supposed to be a B in there, as long as I'm like, oh yeah, there's a B in there, I'd like that's enough to jog my memory. But just without anything, I'm useless. All right, so let me see here. The guitars, or acoustic guitars that are, or bleh, what am I trying to say? Acoustic guitars are going into a bus. I'm going to affect the bus send now. So let me solo these out. Okay, turn my mic on too. All right, so that's probably good. Just want to low cut so they don't fight other instruments, kind of similar to what I did with that string part. Because I'm going to use the more distorted guitars for like the main thing, so this just needs to sit on top of those. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change that EQ. Yeah, not necessary, but you know. So this has a tape saturation on this side, which is kind of nice. All right, I'm going to reduce the output because I boosted those a bit. So I'm mainly worried about getting the strum sound through. Like I don't really care about chopping a bunch of other stuff. All right. Compression. I'm gonna smash it. So I'd like to just ride this until, like, when I see the strum happen, I just see a boop and then it kind of goes back down real quick. Because the compression is basically like a automated volume turner downer. So it's like as if you're watching this little meter here and you're just grabbing the fader and going boop, 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 boop every time a loud part happens. All right, I'm going to put the limiter on too because I just don't want this to get too much. Too overpowering. Oh, that'll help too. I don't need this on any kind of boost there, just off. Thought that sounded loud. All right, just so I see that pumping a little bit, and now that's looking good. Maybe more smash it with tape saturation. Yeah, just that strumming layer, that's kind of nice. All right. So I've already got some guitar on here, as you can hear. Not obviously the acoustic I just tracked, but I mean, like, I did some stuff prior to coming out here and streaming. So I'm going to layer more now. So back to standard, do a tuning check. I'm going to leave it a little above, just a little bit, because this room's colder and my body heat will drop it. It's only going to be a little bit though, because too much and it sounds bad, obviously. Come on, you can do it. All right. It's actually one thing though. This room is pretty climate controlled, except my body heat will sometimes like drop the pitch. But every so often I'm doing these instrumental tracks and I'm like, I'm just going to record upstairs on the couch because I can. And it's way hotter upstairs. I take the guitar up there, I get in tune, I decide to play all the way through the song, and then by like the first verse, the guitar is so flat it sounds bad. So I have a few of those, and I'm like, I should just not do that, or just come downstairs. All right, so let's see. I do something like that. Now, remember I'm 6 feet, right? Yeah. Gotta modify that because I'm in 6/8. So, okay, yeah. Do. That's better. So when I get this thing finished up, it'll be lined up with all these videos so you can see me playing all the parts. Well, not all the parts, but some of the parts. Okay. I'll just make it up from there. So here we go. All right, there we go. Still reaching down for the trackpad that's not there. Just anything but the spring inside isn't working, but if I can't click the thing, it's useless. It has been broken though for a while, like the Bluetooth connectivity is really bad and it doesn't respond unless it's plugged in. And the keyboard's the same. My recording studio before I moved was in a rebuilt finished barn, but the insulation wasn't that great and I didn't have great heating and air conditioning, and I think the temperature swings just messed the sensitivity of these things up. All right, the extra layer with standard tuning is going to be very helpful there. Definitely. Okay, one more, right side. I think this one is just going to be more of a, let me see here. Maybe I'll do G, just standard G minor bar chord stuff. Stuff, because I don't know exactly. Yeah, I think I'll just keep on the G minor, G sharp minor. The other guitar is doing more, but I'll kind of reinforce that in the bass. All I'm actually doing is continuing the G sharp minor, but I'm throwing an E in the root, so I'll see what I want to do on the bass guitar. All right. I think that's good. Just gonna swing over and check. Where's my mouse? There it is. It's such a pain using this thing. I had to do it for a little bit after I moved because I didn't have my keyboard trackpad here because of the move. They didn't arrive yet, but now the thing's broken, so I'm using my laptop. It's kind of back and forth and annoying, but at least it's working. My chat, unfortunately, though, on my streaming software is not working today. I don't know what the deal is. I knew it would. I just wanted to do the vocals early, though, so I was like having trouble singing over the sparse parts. I was like, what the hell is happening? Because I had like arpeggio stuff that's meant to be like fillers, and then the main chords are just going to be going ba 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 ba. I didn't have any of that yet. Oh well, it's working out. So all right, I think rates. Where is the pre-chorus? It's going to, yeah, it's right there. So it's C sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. And what I think I'm going to do is just kind of do root notes, probably just that. So it's going to be, so yeah, let me see. Yep, and then I'm going to do a right side of the same thing. Yeah. All right, so chorus is going to be about the same idea, just layering it with these octave down guitars. Before I do that, I'm going to just start doing a little bit of color coding. If I've got to punch in for the pre-chorus, chorus, I'll always do this. It just helps me find the things quicker as the recording gets more and more complicated. Okay, so G, B, E, A, and I think I'm just going to do root notes. Here I go. Yep. Along with the bass guitar, that just kind of helps reinforce the chord changes since I have so much going on. There's the chorus layer for those two. Copy and paste. And then I can just fill out the rest. Yeah. All right. Since I've got so much else going on, I'm going to do I've already got a pretty severe low cut, but I'm going to do a little more of a low cut. Actually, bear with me. I'm going to try some tone shifts here. Okay. I gotta make sure my mic's on too, because I'm gonna solo this out. I'm gonna make this root note take super annoyingly clicky. All right, other side. I'm just gonna fish for a preset, and the only thing I'm gonna have to do is turn the thawed. I'm an idiot. Hang on. This is the wrong one. All right, let me recreate what I just did on the other one, and I'm a big dumb idiot that just was affecting the left side one while I'm thinking I'm on the right side one. It's like, why isn't the sound changing? All right, that's close to what I had. Idiot. I guess it's not totally my fault. They look the same, you know. All right, where was I picking out of? Octave Thal Doom. This should actually sound more impressive now because it's actually changing. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm just gonna need a little bit more of a low cut so it doesn't drown everything out, and that's about it. Yeah. All right, I've already got some lead guitar going through the chorus, so I'm not going to do any of that. I think all I did was just like, so like G there, right? So I was like, that kind of thing. There. All right, well, that's the chorus key. I actually need this in C sharp minor, not E minor. Let me do a tuning check. So I'm going to improvise a guitar solo. It's all C sharp minor, and basically what I do, I just play the scale all over the place. Sounds good most of the time. All right, so let me see. It's kind of annoying that I got this laptop open in the webcam, but I can't really do anything about it until the new trackpad and stuff gets here. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just going to record and make it up like I usually do. All right. All right, a little warm up. And here I go. I've seen if it sounded good if I just went crazy. I'll do a couple until I like it. Wrong key. Fail. Brain. Keep going into a different key. Not D minor, C sharp minor. Ah. All right. I remembered the key change. Did a outro solo, and that should be good. All right. I'm gonna normalize this, and I've got the normalize to set to minus 7 dB. So it's like just clean gain boost, so it hits the amp, has better attack. I'm trying out the auto wah and stuff. Ooh, that's cool. I don't usually load my solos up with effects, but it just felt like it. Okay, I'm doing it. All right, I'm going to automate the volume down right here because it's going to fight my vocals otherwise. So what I'll do is I'll kind of split it between the measure. So it kind of like goes down a little bit gradually. And then right at the repeat, where is it? There, repeat of the chorus where it's outro stuff. I'll just turn it back up. It doesn't have to go down a lot. So just a little bit. Let me see. All right, so I'm going to turn the vocals on even though they're just plain dry vocals. I've got this stuff here to boost the volume for the playback, but I'm going to... Okay. Still a little loud. I'll fix it up later. Remuting. Actually, let me turn them on again. Just hear the verse.
Hidden in plain sight, and who uncovers? How can anyone say? Well,
okay, a couple of tracks I put down ahead of time, and they were like, do. It was like really hard to sing over. I was like, where's the chord change? Prior to drinking this Gatorade, I was drinking a large coffee. I found out doing a conversion. Well, it's 30-ounce coffee, which is 187.6 milliliters or something like that. So, big coffee. And then I'm drinking this on top, so you can imagine. Anyway, I am going to just take a little brief intermission here, and then I'm going to come back and do bass guitar and drums, and I don't know which order, but I'll do those two things. All right, just going to hit save here. I think I just hit it, but I'm just doing it in the menu to make sure because I'm using a makeshift laptop. This thing broke on me. It's pretty old though. I must have got that trackpad in. Actually, I think I got it in 2016. I think it's 10 years old. Yeah, it's not surprising. I broke it. Okay, so I'll be right back. And then I'll do bass and drums. All right, I'm back. Empty and ready to go. Okay. Bass guitar. Okay. So that's in. Okay, I'm all good there. Bass. So I modified my bass guitar sound the other day and just added a little bit of grit. So previously I was running through Revolver, which is a free plugin, by the way, if you want to get it. I think it's actually pretty decent. And I was using a Trace Elliott bass sim just on a clean setting, which was actually pretty good, but I decided to try a DI with a cab sim split signal. So that DI was all the low end, and then the top end is a bass overdrive going through, I think I ran it through a Fender Bassman, I think. Yeah. A couple other things on top, compression and such, but I think it sounds better for this genre anyway. The other one sounded good too, but I just wanted to try this because I do stuff with like a MIDI bass too, and it's got more of this sound going. So I wanted these two things to be close, whether I'm using this or the other option, which is play bass on the keyboard in front of me and use the MIDI sound. Hey, my chat is working again. Both chat and my software wasn't showing it. Except I could see on screen, because I've got a little monitor window where I can see the stream going. I see chat on there, but it's too small to read. So there's like a special window for it, and this doesn't even pick up. Special window for it in the software, but it was just blank. All right. All right, the noise gate. I was like, why is that muting? You know what I used to have? I turn the noise gate back on. You're saying you used to have a super cheap acoustic from Five Below. You know those cheap guitars they sold in Walmart for a while, First Act? I had one of those. I actually used it at gigs a lot. I modified it though, so I don't like to buy expensive instruments. That's why this thing is a student model. It's just a cheap bass. But especially when I was playing out live, because I was like, I'm just going to beat it up anyway. So I got this cheap First Act. I swapped out the pickup for some Gibson humbucker and found one. Well, I had this one where the neck was actually really good, and I just played it. So, yeah. Cheap instruments can sometimes be good. It's just a gamble whether you're going to get a good neck or not. That's the thing. There's not as much quality control sometimes, but like this bass is awesome. But it's really not expensive at all. All right, so I've got G sharp minor, then I'm dropping an E in the bass, which may or may not sound good on here. That is exactly what I'm going to do then. Little add-ons, but... Let me see. I think I'm not going to do anything more complicated than that and keep it in that octave range because I want the pre-chorus and chorus to amp it up. So I'll do that. I'll keep this simple because I got too much complexity going on in the other parts and it gets cluttered. Try the input up. See what that does. Okay, it doesn't do much for me. Just wondering. It just gets noisier. All right, well, anyway, here I go. I want to drop the C sharp in the pre-chorus. I gotta not follow this chord chart either because it's kind of wrong. Actually, what I'm going to do is zoom in a little bit and just watch the MIDI because I know where the chord changes are. This chord chart, I just kind of had this track it automatically. It's not totally correct. All right, here I go again. come on. Hang on. Dude, stop. Stop. There it goes. I'm using my laptop as my mouse and trackpad, and it kept not wanting to connect right there. I was like, stop the recording. All right, got it. All right, so I think that worked. I love the low notes on this bass. It's so ridiculous. It's actually not that ridiculous, though, because if I had a string bass, like in an orchestra, I'm pretty sure it's the same notes, like same octave range, maybe even a lot lower one, I don't know. But normal bass guitar isn't as low as one of those things. Those things are even, further down. One of those contrabass monstrosities. But in the context of electro guitar, bass guitar stuff, it's pretty low. Yeah. I like this new sound because I can really hear the string slam on this one. That little bit of grit just makes it punch through. All right, let me see. So Revolver, like I said, free plugin, which is kind of crazy actually. 6.31. Just wanted to hear it with more, but nah, it's not that good. 3.2, close enough. Yeah. Well, I guess it's time to put some drums on this thing. I know there's drums on it, but I mean the actual part I want, because I'm going to play it in. That was just a quick put something in fast drum part, so I had something to record too. All right, tempo is, I don't know why I said tempo. The click is on. The module needs to be turned on. I'm going to put my phone in the stand behind me, and then I'll start tracking drums. Phone's over there because I'm shooting video for the edited version of this when I line up the final audio and stuff. All right, so this is working. I think, let me see. Yep. All right, so I'm playing on a Roland SPD SX Pro. I'm dropping my sticks. All right. Seems to be working. That's on. It's a little crooked, but it's on. Yeah, I'm going to play a little more of an obvious 6/8 beat. Oh, come on, dude. Stop disconnecting. Okay, here I go. So, quick count in, right? it a little tighter. Came in early. Dang it. All right. I think that was close enough. A lot better than the makeshift Logic drummer thing I threw on there to keep time. All right. So I'm going to polish that up a little bit. Because I'm not a perfect drummer, but I love to just play my parts in. And as long as it's close enough, I can just nudge it on in place. Okay, so turn the metronome off. Then, just gonna grab all the cymbals, hi-hats, and pretty sure I didn't do anything but eighth notes, which is pretty typical. Okay, did I hit that? Yeah, I did. I'm gonna shorten the note value, or note length, sorry. Like how long they sustain, down to pretty much nothing because it doesn't even matter on a drum library. It just triggers the hit. And that way I can see when I'm doing stuff like this, what's going on. So I'm just gonna nudge these into place. Most notes, not every single note. Just like within reason. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I guess I will. Yeah, it's fine. So, all right. I only do this by section because if you grab everything, it's going to move several things in the wrong place. And then I didn't memorize this drum part. I just played it. Like whatever I played is just what happened. So if it moves something in the wrong place, I'm not going to be aware of it. And then it's not going to line up with the video I shot and it'll be a whole mess. So I am moving these things, but they're like just nudging it like a millisecond or two onto the grid. So you don't even see that at 30 frames per second when I line the video up. Okay. Because my timing is not that awful. Sometimes it is, but not usually. So I'm just making little micro adjustments, just make it sound tighter. That's all. So stuff like these bounces, this little snare bounce, I don't care that that's a little ahead. Sounds like a person actually played it, you know? Oops. And sometimes I grab notes I don't intend to grab and have to hit undo. It's funny doing these streams because I end up saying a lot of the same things every day because I have to constantly assume someone new is watching. You don't know what the heck I'm doing. But I pretty much do this exact process every day, just varying per song. But I come out and write a new song every single day because I just want to like try and put things together. That's the fun of it for me. So it's like always different. That is super rushed. Okay, let me try that. There we go. I was just looking at that. I was like, something's wrong there. Damn it, I did it again. That effect on that guitar sounds so cool. It's just an auto wah with a compressor in front of it. But that's a pretty unique sounding auto wah. I gotta hand it to Logic because that's just the Logic pedal board doing its thing. Their amps are not so great, but their pedal board is pretty fantastic. Most of the things on this software are pretty good, but bass amps are good, but guitar amps are meh. They're not good. Some of them are okay, but it's the high distortion or the high gain amps on here. No. They sound weird. They got strange harmonic overtones and you name it. They're not great. Some of the clean ones are okay, but yeah, just I don't know. The pedals, they're all good, and the bass amps are good. So I don't know what the deal was with the high gain amps, but they are just they're poop. That's exactly what I did. Delete. Is that just super late there? What the heck could I do? Interesting. So I did. I don't remember that, but sure. And again, I don't remember most of the parts. What the hell am I talking about? I just played. I'll leave those. The toms. I moved the bass. Drum. Kick drum. Whatever you want to call it. I know this double bass part at the end was kind of rough. Timing wise. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I was going to be way more staggered. I felt like my right leg was in time and my left leg was like do 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 do. It kind of was, but not as bad as I thought. That's the drum part. Good. Save. Let me just go back and give it a little listen through like the verse or something. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, the thing I was singing to at first was this main rhythm guitar track. It's just doing a bunch of like, so it's got like the D sharp and the E in there and other things, so it's dissonant, and it just that was a thing to sing to and a half. I don't even know. I had to grab my acoustic and just strum the chords, and then I came up with a decent melody. I was like struggling at first. All right, so anyway, speaking of which, I guess I'll bring the vocals back in. All right, nothing past here. Where's the keeping? Automation data. Don't erase, I guess. What did I automate? Oh, the guitar solo, right. Sure. I'll just put that about there. Yeah, that's good. Okay, vocals. Unmute this. So here's raw vocal. All right, so these I just put here for like just identifying parts. These aren't actually necessary, so I'm actually just going to delete because I just copy pasted. Would you go away? There. I just copy pasted those. I can actually combine this and this onto the same track. Put a little crossfade there, just make sure there's no pop noise, and that'll work. I don't want to put the chorus on the same track though, because that's a different key, and the plugin I'm gonna run it through needs to be set to the correct key region, so I'm not gonna do that. All right, yeah. I'll just get rid of some extra stuff I don't need to deal with. I'm just gonna open up Melodyne, and I'm just gonna use this to kind of like spot treat, correct some things. I think the pre-chorus has a weird note scoop, and the chorus is a different key, and I always get my head stuck in the key that I'm singing in, and then when I go to the next part, I'm still there, so that's a little rough coming in, so I'm sure I'll have to nudge a bit in the chorus. Since I'm just improvising these things every day, though, I'm never going to be spot on first try, or the 5th try, or the 10th try. All right, so I'm going to save just in case, and then I'm going to transfer these in. So I just hit transfer here, and then I just hit play and let it do its thing. How can anyone say Yeah, that little falsetto thing was not correct. What did I hit? Oh, this is in the wrong key. All right, that's because I got 2 key regions, so it doesn't know what the hell is going on. So E major. Do one at a time here. All right, so where is that? B. I actually did get up there. Oh, right there. That's what I'm probably hearing, that F. That's probably going to be F sharp. All right, so select all. I'm going to 0 these out. It just makes it sound a little tighter for 1. It doesn't really affect the vibrato, though, so this plugin's nice for that. Yeah, it looks a little not right to me. Just how can you go on? How can you stay? Yeah, that put it on the F sharp for me. Cool. All right, so here's one of these situations where that's actually on the correct note. I don't know if I like that note, though. I'm not going to do that. Do I want that on a B or an A? No, that sounds weird. Never mind. Ah, not both. All right, that's done. So what I'm going to do, both of these are selected. Bounce, verse, and pre-chorus, abbreviate vocal. All right, so I just bounced it on a new audio track with those changes, but now it doesn't have any processing. I'm gonna see if I can just, nope, undo that. I always see if I can get a little more gain or not. In that case, no. Oof, hiccup. Okay, so this didn't do the right thing. Gotta change it. All right, so now it's G major. Not B. What the hell are you doing to me here? I taped a G. I literally just saw the G. All right, G major. Now it's correct. And B. I'm on pitch more than I thought because this is before I do anything. So sometimes when I'm singing like these improv things, I think I'm off key. I'm actually technically on the key, but I hit notes over the chord that I don't particularly like is all. I'm going to move that up because that's on a D chord. Or sorry, G chord. Oh, that's where the B starts. Okay, so that's a third of the B. That's why the C sounds like crap. It's a half step off. Yeah, it sounds better to me. It was technically in key, but with the chord, not so great. What chord is happening here? Is that the B again? I like that scoop. I'm keeping it. There we go. Yeah, because I'm improvising a lot of times. Like, I feel like I'm off key, but it was actually the C sounds too dissonant over the B minor chord. So it's not the greatest note to hit, but I'm improvising. So I'm just like, I'm just doing things and hoping it sounds good. Okay. So now, bounce, chorus, vocal. There it is. I have it retain the original with a mute on just because I've had it screw up a few times. So that's just like a way for me to have a backup in case of a mess up. All right, so copy the whole thing, paste, copy the chorus, paste. That should do it. As far as getting the vocals a little polished up tuning wise. So now I like to run them through Humanoid, which is a plugin that adds doubling and vocoder type harmonies. So it's not like if I took Melodyne and just made a new track and reproduced it and like shifted everything up a third, I'd have like a fake harmony part that I could make sound like real vocals. But this sounds like a vocoder, and you've got like a wet dry signal type thing going on. Let me change this to the right key, E major. So dry is how much original vocal, wet is how much effect. So if I put this on full bore, you can hear it sounds like a vocoder. Yeah, so it's not exactly a normal sounding vocal, but it's like an effect vocal. So I just kind of put it on like 15-20%, give or take. Hidden in plains. And then it makes your vocal sound really thick and adds a nice texture to it. Side and who uncovers? How can anyone say? Well, the hypocrites will always argue just to cover their own mistake. All right, so that's not bad for the verse. All right, so after that, I put on built-in plugin called Clip Distortion, and this just helps the vocal cut through the mix. It adds like some harmonics, help it do that. I've got it kind of set for my voice. It also smooths out Humanoid a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one too. Lock. All right, and then finally compressor. So I'm making the chorus vocal setting right now. I just kind of know what I want to go for, so I'm just doing it. I'll adjust it when it starts playing. But all right, that one's just going to be a little bit higher, and then this one I'm going to not throw a remix on, just put on a compressor. I'm gonna boost the input gain because the end gets pretty quiet, and also just more going on around it. As long as I don't go up too loud. I've got a limiter on it too. You know what? I might be changing my mind here. Maybe I will put this on just slightly. Put this on a loop. Yeah, there we go. I think that's good. All right, so I think on the pre-chorus, I'm going to turn this up a little bit. So if I put it on latch right here, this will control the automation. So instead of having to write it in things, I can just literally spin knobs and it'll stay the next time I play it back. Wait, am I on the right one? I thought I had the verse on 15%, or am I just imagining that? I don't know. I guess not. All right, and then furthermore, I'm going to turn the format up. What did I have it on? 5, okay. So. So there's that, and then I'm also going to go into remix. Just move this a little bit when that goes up so it gets more like a megaphone effect. Yep. All right, and then one more. I think I'm going to turn this up too, so. All right, and then all I gotta do is put this back on read. That way I don't accidentally turn a knob and have it rewrite anything. But that should all be in there now. Yep. I never labeled this, but that's the acoustic bus. Let me actually see something here. All right, so I want to try something. Modulation. Do I want microphaser or just phaser? I'm gonna go with just phaser. Ooh, there it is. I think the Smashing Pumpkins might have done that before. I don't know. It sounds like a Smashing Pumpkins thing to me, but that's like a phaser on top of an acoustic guitar. It sounds cool. I don't know about the texture being like the Deftones, but I am loading my voice with loads of effects like they do. Just to see you mentioning that. Okay, so can I time sync this? I don't see any options unless I'm just oblivious to it. It's fine. Yeah, I like that better. All right, and then the other one I'm thinking of possibly doing is throwing some kind of effect on this one left rhythm guitar that's doing like that, well, this part. So let me load up the Logic pedal board because that'll suffice. All right, so this might work. Actually, that's perfect. I'm just gonna leave that right there. Just preset, except hit time sync. Actually, this one, I just want some extra like rhythmic stuff in this. So let me see here. Modulation, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna go stereo, make this kind of like, I don't know if I want eighth notes or quarter notes. Let's see. Why isn't that going? There it goes. There we go. Just a little pulse on that. Man. Oh, Miz now. It's not, definitely presence. So this is not super aggressive on the tremolo, but it's just adding a little in there. It's like a subtle thing. Yeah, that's nice. It's like pinging in my headphones. It's like a faint thing, but sometimes those little subtle things make a difference. Because now I can really feel the 6/8. Also helping me identify that first guitar I affected, where I threw the flanger on there. I can identify it a little easier. Because I've only got like, how the heck many guitars? 1, 2, those are stereo too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bass guitar. I didn't use this track. 7, 8, 9, 10, plus the guitar solo 11 today. Because I can delete this. I never use this track. That's like a clean guitar sound. I was probably going to use it, but I opted for the acoustic. Needs more cowbell, yeah. Joking aside, though, I always say if you need a click like this, if you can't hear that, change it to a cowbell. You will not miss it. I used to do that on recordings where I couldn't hear what the heck the click was doing. Cuts right through everything. That's basically just a repeat anyway, so I'm just going to skip ahead so I can hear the outro, the chorus going into the guitar solo. Yeah, the bass guitar, it's this. It's a 6-string Squier, Fender Squier, like student model bass. I don't ever buy expensive instruments. I always buy the cheapest possible ones. It's top 4 strings are tuned like a regular 4-string bass. And then this is A and E yet again, but they're full octave drop. So instead of doing a normal 6-string tuning, I did 4-string plus A and E, redundant strings, but octave down. Because I do a lot of stuff with the Boss Poly Shifter where I drop an octave on the guitars so that way I can match it on the bass. I couldn't get the pitch shifting to make the bass sound decent. It always kind of sounded weird. But yeah, I'm running it through. This is just a noise gate, but I'm running it through Revolver, which is a free plugin. So it's doing a split signal. So the top is going simply through a cab sim, and then I'm chopping all the top end off and compressing it. Then the other send is going through this overdrive, Fender Bassman, and then this is handling all the top end. So basically it's like clean DI with a cab sim for the low end, and then distorted top end, and then they're blended together. So that's what a lot of like progressive metal bands do. That way you get the clean low end, but you've got like this overdriven top end that cuts through the mix. And it works really well for low tunings. Like that. Yeah, like that. All right, that's good. I got to remember that effect for the guitar solo. That sounds crazy. It's a compressor, like on pretty high setting, going through an auto wah. And then I'm just using the same amp plugin I always use, the amp. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, automation, right? Yeah, that works. And then I'm just gonna select here to here and then right to the end. That way when I bounce down, it just does what's in the yellow. It also effectively loops it. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, I'm hitting save. So, yeah, that's all set. I had a little trouble coming up with something to sing over the weird guitar part I started with, but I ended up with something. I think it's okay. I don't know if it's the best song I ever wrote, but it works. I do it every day, so, you know, sometimes I write a dud, sometimes I write an awesome song, and then there's just honestly a lot of in between. But my goal is just to come out and try things and see how I can make it sound. So my recent changes are the bass guitar setting, going from just like a clean bass to this clean bottom distorted overdrive on the top. I just changed the drum sound around a little bit. That's nothing big. A lot of my old stuff though does not sound good. Like, I can't say I do anything the best of anyone, but I've definitely improved on what I used to be able to do. That's all I'm really going for. But yeah, some of these new plugins though, like the Thaw-Amp, this pitch section is crazy. Like the fact that I can go up, down 2 octaves, add another 3rd octave here, tracks beautifully, gives me crazy drive sounds if I want. Doesn't do many clean sounds, but it does really good distortion sounds. But I've got a clean setting I just made in Revolver, so that's all good. But the drums too, Modern Massive 2. I used to use Superior Drummer 3. This interface is not quite as up to par as Superior Drummer 3 was, although these drum sounds are absolutely fantastic. Like right out of the box, you don't even have to do anything, save for one complaint I always have with any plugin. Sometimes you got to go into the mix section and turn the master output down a little bit. But a lot of the presets in here are actually right on. Yeah, I actually get a lot of people. The one thing that always makes me laugh, you're talking about like always try to be better than yourself previously. I actually always laugh because I get a lot of combative comments on my guitar solo shorts that I put out, because I'll just put out a little clip of just me playing the guitar solo on this song. So it says guitar solo excerpt, which is like excerpt as in a section taken out of the song, just featuring that one section, which would be the guitar solo. A lot of people misread it as expert, and they're like, this narcissistic jerk, I gotta knock him down a peg. And I'm like, you're not even reading it right. Oh well. But it makes me laugh. I'm like, I'm not changing it. But no, like really, I just like messing around with stuff and trying new things in the mix. So out of necessity, I've learned to kind of sing. I'm not really that great at it, but I can make it passable with some plugins. And then I just keep trying stuff. So I'll be out here tomorrow and the next day and the next day. I just, and eventually this will sound totally different because I keep trying different things. Yeah. Honestly, it is a pretty close spelling error, and people are probably looking on a small phone screen, so I kind of can't really blame them for misreading it, but it just makes me laugh. Am I aware of Twitch's new AI training setting? No, but I don't really do any of the AI stuff. Not for my music, anyway. I do use AI to make my album art anymore. I used to do my own, but I'm just like, hey, make this weird design in this place and this place, and it does it. So that's pretty much, I use it for like image stuff, not music. I don't really have a need to, so but also as far as my streaming thing, I don't do anything to really attract attention, because I know a lot of people do like really clickbaity stuff and they try and get the most viewers possible. I just do my thing. If you want to watch. If not, So that's why I like my YouTube thumbnails. They're always the same picture, just per song with the title. And I don't care. I just want to come on here and do this. I'm more just documenting what I'm doing for the day. So that's it. I'd rather have people that are like, hey, I just want to watch some guy record a song than try to draw people in. So no, I don't do any AI stuff to help. I just do this. But okay, I think that's it. It's getting later than I usually am on here for, so I think I'm going to end it there. I'll post this with the video I shot on my phone on YouTube and the other places I do. I always say YouTube because I started it on there, but yeah, I shot a bunch of video, so I can't squeeze all 12 guitars in. I only ever show like 2 or so, and then the guitar solo, but it's usually guitar, drums, bass, vocals in the middle, or guitar solo in the middle when I get there. It's not the best editing either. I just kind of throw it together because I'm doing another one tomorrow. I've had a few where I like lined it up with the wrong take or something too, and it looks totally wrong, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't even realize until after. Well, anyway, trackpad's broken, so I'm gonna be a little slower the next couple days doing stuff because I gotta keep going back and forth. Fortunately, my laptop will connect on Bluetooth and I can use this one, but I got one ordered. It's way more expensive than I wanted to deal with, but I just need one that works, and this sucker's 10 years old, so I'm not surprised that it broke, but it did. My keyboard barely works too, so I just got both. All right, yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. I'm gonna shut up for now, so thanks for watching, whoever is, and if you want to check out my stuff, honestly, just type in my name, you'll find it. But just FYI, if it's older than a year or two, it probably sounds like crap because this is a learning curve, or has been. All right, see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.